guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a great weekend. I love chatting with you guys on Instagram and Snapchat this weekend about what you were doing. We talked about white pumpkins and fall related activities, and some of you guys were celebrating Thanksgiving if you live in Canada. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend or a fall weekend. Let me know what you guys did in the comments below. But today's video is a get ready with me tutorial type of video. I wanted to film a chatty get ready with me this morning, but I just wasn't really in a super chatty mood. I guess that's why I'm talking so much in the intro now. When I woke up, I was just so tired this morning, and I wanted to film because I love filming, but I felt like I wouldn't have been super entertaining if I was chatting with you guys. So I'm doing it voiceover style. I hope you guys still like this video. I don't film a lot of get ready with me's or tutorials on my channel, but I wore this look in my video on Thursday and Friday, and a ton of you guys asked to see it. It's very, very simple, so I wanted to film it for you, and I also thought I would do like my fall foundation routine so you can get a feel for what products I'm using and how they work and apply. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and let's jump into it. Okay, so let's start off with my fall foundation routine. I've been talking about a lot of these products on my channel in recent videos, but I wanted to show you how they work in action. So the first product I'm using to prime my face is the Smashbox Primerizer. It is a little bit pricey. I'm looking for a dupe. I don't know if there's anything like it on the market, but I really do think it's worth the money. I think it works well for dry skin, oily skin. Your foundation just goes on so beautifully on top. And then the foundation that I've been using is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick Foundation. I wear two shades, Ivory and Porcelain. Porcelain is the main color that I use, which looks a little bit light for my skin tone, but it all kind of comes together in the end. And then I just blend a little bit of Ivory on top, but I love this foundation for fall and winter. I've always been a big fan of it, but this year I've been using it non-stop. I feel like it looks so beautiful on the skin. It honestly just blends out so flawlessly. It doesn't stay in place as long as like the Urban Decay All Nighter on my skin, but I can kind of overlook it because I feel like it looks so much better. It gives you great coverage, but it looks really beautiful, really seamless on the skin, just like the name implies. And I just really like how it looks and feels on my skin. It's not as heavy as the Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, it doesn't last as long, so if I need something really long lasting, I'll reach for the All Nighter. But if I just want like a good full coverage foundation or medium coverage, because you can sheer it out, I always reach for this. I think it is beautiful. Again, it's pricey, but it's lasted me a lot longer than I thought it would. You don't get that much product in stick foundations, but I feel like you also don't use as much product. So I really enjoy it. I definitely recommend both of these products. If you're looking to splurge, I would recommend these. I am trying out some more affordable foundations, so as soon as I get like an affordable foundation routine, I will do a video on it. The concealer that I've been using is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I think, again, this is great for you no matter what skin type you have. It's a little bit more of a hydrating formula, but I think it works really well for my oily skin as well. It has great coverage. It blends out so seamlessly. Honestly, it performs like a high-end product, but it's only $6. So I definitely recommend checking it out. They have a bunch of shades. I am doing a video on affordable concealers during the month of October, so I'll give you some other options in that video, but the Colourpop concealer is my absolute favorite. I do always go in and set it with a powder. I use Urban Decay's Velvetizer to set my under eye concealer. Nothing in the world sets my concealer like this powder. I use it with foundations like it's meant to be used, but I always use it to set my under eye concealer with a damp sponge. It's so crazy, but it locks my concealer into place. I've always struggled with under eye creasing no matter what I use, but when I use this, my under eye concealer does not crease. So it's crazy. It's like magic. I don't use it to set my whole face because it has a tendency to look a little bit cakey, but I use the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation to set the rest of my foundation into place. This is a powder foundation, so it's going to give you extra coverage. On days when I want something a little bit lighter, I'll reach for like the NYX No Filter powder, but I really like the Kat Von D powder when I want a pretty, flawless or full coverage look, which is kind of like my go-to. I don't generally go for a light or medium coverage look. I generally go for a pretty full coverage look. So I love this powder. It mattifies my skin, it locks my foundation into place. And then moving on to eyes, I'm starting off with an eye primer. I've really been enjoying this one for the majority, I think, of 2018. I've just been using it. I don't really have like a crazy preference when it comes to eye primers, but I like this one, and I feel like it kind of covers up any redness on my eyes and helps my shadows to go on and stay in place. So I'm using the Too Faced Kandee Johnson eyeshadow palette as well as the Colourpop palette, but I'm going to start off with this one. I'm just going to take this light yellow tone shade and set my eyeshadow primer into place. I always do this before I go in with a transition color because I feel like other shadows blend better on top of a shadow instead of just, the bare primer. I do have a full review on this palette as well as the collection, which I'll link in the description box below. Then I'm going to take the shade Cream Puff and use that as a transition color. These matte shadows blend beautifully. They're my favorite in the palette. I like them better than the metallics, but I felt like I could have done a better job blending my entire eye look in this video. I don't know if I was just being lazy or what, but just keep that in mind. You know, it's not the most blended, but I feel like you still kind of get an idea at what I was going for. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Raspberry Cocoa, which I love this color. I have nothing like it in my collection. It's such a beautiful, like cool toned pinky purple, but it also kind of pulls brown once it's on the eye. I just love it. So I'm blending that one into the crease as my crease shade. Again, I'm just using one of the Smashbox brushes, and then I'm going to go in with the Colourpop My Little Pony eyeshadow palette next. So again, I have a full review on this palette and the collection. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it in the description box below. This purple is so beautiful. I feel like I'm going to hit pan on it because I can't stop using it, and I think I'll probably buy another palette just for this shadow. The palette's only $16, so it's a great value. Honestly, the shadows are such high quality. I love the mattes, the shimmers, the metallics, so I just use my finger and kind of pack it onto the lid, and then I go in with a brush and just make sure everything is really well blended out afterwards. It did take a little bit of layering to get this purple to be super vibrant, but I think it's worth it because it's such a pretty color. Again, I don't have anything like it in my collection, so I love that shadow. Then I'm going in with the NYX eyeliner, and this is one of my favorite liners. I'm just using it to line my upper lash line and wing it out. I don't know what it is, but I cannot do eyeliner on camera. It's always a struggle, so I tried my best for you guys. I look a little bit awkward and like I don't know what I'm doing, but I mean, that's kind of the truth. I feel like I really struggle with winged liners, so I usually have to get like this close to my mirror when I'm doing it to get like the best effect. So I just lined my upper lash line and winged it out, and then I just filled in my brows. I just used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in dark brown. I usually go for like the darker shade, and then sometimes I'll mix them and I just really fill in my brows. It's nothing special. It's nothing crazy. Again, I feel like they could use some work. I would love to get them microbladed, but a lot of you guys said if you have oily skin, it doesn't really last that long. So I don't know if I want to spend the money. And also, I mean, it is semi-permanent, so it makes me a little bit nervous. But then I just went in and cleaned them up with a little bit of concealer before going back in with the Colourpop palette and this really beautiful shade. It looks white in the palette, but it kind of has like this purpley pink tone to it. So I'm using that as a highlight on my brow bone and also in my inner corner. I love this palette. I didn't think I would use it as much as I do, but I've honestly been reaching for it so often. And it's really colorful, but I feel like if you combine it with a neutral palette, it's a lot easier to wear. Then I'm going in with this Shadow Pastry, which is a really beautiful brown, and I'm just going to lightly blend that on the lower lash line just for a little bit of an added definition. Nothing too crazy. I've been going a lot lighter on the lower lash line lately, and I think I like how it looks. So I'm going in with a bunch of mascaras, which is kind of excessive. I wouldn't say run out and buy all of these, but if you have them, this makes a really fun combination. So the first one is great at kind of defining the lashes and separating them and just making them look curled and lifted. The second one, the It Cosmetics mascara, makes them look really thick and voluminous. So I feel like these two, even compared, you know, if you use them in combination, make a great what's the word? A great combo, I guess. But I've also been using the Urban Decay Troublemaker mascara as the last step in my lash routine to kind of separate the lashes. So I feel like all three of these together work so well. But again, I mean, if you were to buy all three of them, that would be way too expensive. So just kind of use your favorite. Because I have them, I've just been using them and combining them. And then I've been using this Essence mascara on my bottom lashes. It's a lot lighter, like of a formula. So I feel like it doesn't look as heavy or clumpy on the bottom lashes. And it just looks a lot lighter, and I really have been loving it. So then I'm using the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in Honeydew, which is my favorite nude liner. Again, I've been going lighter. I've been skipping metallics or browns, you know, anything somewhat dramatic and just going in with a nude, and I feel like it really opens up your eyes, and I've been loving it a lot lately, especially if I'm wearing like a lighter shadow on the lid. Then I'm using my Butter Bronzer, of course, which is my favorite. It's my go-to. I haven't been able to find anything in the world that compares. I didn't go in with a contour today. I feel like I've been skipping contour a lot lately. I'm just too lazy, to be honest with you guys, and I kind of just like a bronzed look and nothing too harsh, like not a harsh stripe of contour. So then I just go in with a powder and kind of clean up the bronzer so it's nothing too crazy. I used the Tarte blush in Party. This one is a sample size. The full size is $29, but I have a little like deluxe size sample, and I just love these blushes. Oh my gosh, this brush is so good. I'm doing a full review on a new Wet n Wild brush set that should be up this week, but I've been loving that blush brush so much. I'm highlighting my cheeks, and again, I'm using another one of the Wet n Wild brushes. I can't wait to film this review for you guys, but I've been testing them out. I still have to try a few of them, but so far there are a few of them in the collection that are just amazing. They honestly blow like higher end brushes out of the water, so I can't wait to film that video for you guys. It should be up on Thursday. I just added a little bit of foundation to that freckle on my nose because when I do a full coverage look, I just kind of like to cover that up as well. And then I'm using the Colourpop Lippie Pencil in BFF to line my lips before I go in with a nude liquid lipstick. This is my favorite lip liner in the entire world. It's really good, and it's only $5. They're very comfortable and creamy, but they also lock your lipstick into place all day long. The lipstick that I used is the Too Faced Liquid Matte Lipstick in Child Star. I can't stop using this. Like, it's my all-time favorite nude liquid lipstick color. The formula is not my favorite liquid lipstick formula, but this color goes so well if you're looking for like a pale nude. So that's what I used today, and that's the final look. Of course, I forgot to film an outro, so I don't have any like awkward final posing because I don't do that anyways, but I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe because I have a ton of videos coming your way this week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.